today to publicly express my support for the decision of Ogun State government to temporarily suspend the nomination process for the Awujale of Ijebuland. This action is in strict compliance with the 2021 Ogun State Chieftaincy Law, which clearly empower the government to intervene whenever issue capable of undermining the process, fairness, and public confidence arise. It is important to know that this decision was taken in response to serious allegations of irregularities and endorsements currently surrounding the nomination process. In this regard, the Ogun State government has acted responsibly and commendable by placing peace, equity, and credibility above all other considerations. Such timely intervention is necessary to preserve the sanctity, dignity, and integrity of our cherished traditional institution. I therefore wish to use this medium to appeal to my fellow contestants, stakeholders, and all the good people of Ijebuland to view this development not as a setback, but as a corrective step toward a more transparent, credible, and widely acceptable process. We must remain calm, law-abiding, and committed to the collective interest of our land. It is in the best interest of our people that an Awujale is free from controversy, disputes, and avoidable litigation emerge. 1. The Awujale whose reign will command universal respect and promote unity, peace, and sustainable progress across Ijebuland. Let us all allow due process to prevail, and let wisdom guide our action at this critical moment in our history.
Orúkọ mi ni Ọmọọba Oyeyemi Lẹ́kùtì. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí a máa bára wa sọ lénìí òun ni ọ̀rọ̀ nípa Awujale, torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan ló ń dìde nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Awujale throne yìí, and this is getting too much. Cherry corruption tó wà behind it. Some people are coming out. Wọ́n ti ń sọ tipẹ́, because the first video tí mo ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ wípé àwọn ọba, àwọn ẹnìkan, àwọn kankan tó fẹ́ jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ọba, wọ́n ti dìde láti máa fún àwọn èèyàn lówó. To the sense pé wọ́n sọ pé ẹnìkan fún ẹnìkan ní $1 billion. Irú èèyàn tó fún èèyàn lówó owó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí kí ló ṣe fún? No, nítorí kí ló ṣe fún nírú owó tó tó yẹn? Because I don't know the reason why tó ṣe jẹ́ wípé wọ́n drag ọ̀rọ̀ throne Awujale yìí ńlẹ̀ báyìí. They brought this matter on Arise Television, and I watched the opinion of Ruben Abati and Rufai Oseni. Gbogbo àjẹlá mọ̀ pé Rufai Oseni ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú náà ni. So I'm going to play their video, but before then, we need to be sincere to ourselves. The government has stopped this process of this Awujale process for almost 2 times or 3 times now, just because they want transparency. Ó wá jẹ́ time ìgbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ tí àwọn afọbajẹ tí àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn olórí ẹbí Fusegbu Awoni House tí wọ́n gbé àwọn dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ oyè lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn afọbajẹ ni government ti stop it because people thought that government fẹ́ lo power because even me that is what I thought but now it's obvious that it's because of the corruption tí àwọn kan wà nínú àwọn bí àwọn afọbajẹ ni àbáwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn olórí ẹbí Fusegbu because according to Prince Adebayo Kamal Abdul he was saying that they requested for 10 million naira for each candidate tí wọ́n jẹ́ ní refund ẹ̀ either wọ́n mú ẹni àbí wọ́n mú ẹ that kind of money tí ẹ bá yẹ pé àwọn reading house wọ́n allow nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ jọ why tí each candidate ṣe máa san 10 million tẹ́ẹ̀tì ló dá fún owó wọn padà and this is the man that said he took the matter to government but we can't continue like this but let us hear the opinion of Ruben Abati and Rufai Oseni on this matter.
All right, from Adamawa, let's now turn to the highly sensitive and controversial selection process for the next Awujale of Ijebu land, one of the most revered traditional stools in Yoruba land. Last week, the Ogun State government suspended the process following allegations of corruption, bribery, and a lack of transparency. Amid those developments, Arise News has secured an exclusive interview with one of the contenders, Prince Adebayo Kamal Abdul, the billionaire founder and CEO of Paperland Industries. In the interview, Prince Abdul makes detailed allegations of millions of naira paid, luxury vehicles donated, and influence traded in the race for the coveted stool. He says he's speaking out as a whistleblower in the interest of transparency and tradition, calling for the Ogun State government to investigate.
Reset, because it's not the first time that they're trying to help us to reset. When the family was asking us for non-refundable 10 million naira payment, I had to tell our Olori Ebi that this non-refundable is going to denigrate the Obaship, the stool of Awujale. If somebody pays 10 million first of all, and he didn't win, and you say you are not giving him back his money, he will go back to the new Oba and say that you have paid more than me, that's why you got it, and the whole thing will become a mess. And I don't want to be that kind of Oba. So I told our head of family, chairman, Otumba Oyemi, that I'm not going to pay. And he said, why? I said, well, it is going to make a mockery of the whole thing. It's going to make everything counterfeit. So, and he said it's the family that told him that they must pay. And at the end of the day, I told him, let's get to the government, so that at the end of the day, the government may be able to give us their mind, because they will be the one that will, at the end of the day, pass the stool of office to the new Oba. So they must know about it, and there must be transparency. So we got the government involved. I did. And to God be the glory, I'm the unifier of the family now. And then the family came together, and then we're back on course. Before we start hearing again that some people were buying cars for some people, they were distributing rice. At the end of the day, there will be a legacy.
A lot of things to get through this morning. Limited time, Rufai and Dr. Bati, but let's see how we can dissect some of the stories.
There cannot be limited time for commentary.
All right.
You have brought like 6-7 stories. Well, you must be ready. Okay. The producers must be ready to listen to commentary.
Let's quickly jump in.
So let's go very quickly, Rufai.
As an Ijebu son and an Ijebu man, I feel very sad about what has transpired. I feel ashamed and I feel disgraced. Let me tell you some historical antecedents of how important the Awujale stool is. After the British came in 1861, while before they came, the Awujale stool was the paramount stool among the Ijebu states. So much so that Remo and some other parts of Ijebu were under this Awujale. If my memory serves me right, it was under Awujale Tunwashe in 1892 that the British fought us, the Ijebus, in something called the Magbon War, the Anglo-Ijebu Wars. And that's to show you the might, because we Ijebus, we have the waters, so we're a big trading route. So the British was fighting for supremacy there. And that's the kind of power the Awujale wield and the prestige. We fought the British. Yes, they triumphed, but we stood our ground. So it is very cowardly to hear that such a revered stool, they're even talking about exchanging money, buying luxury cars. And you see what this has done. And there's a video making the round that I saw yesterday about Ghana must go bags. What this has done is it has tainted the process. Whoever emerges from this process will be baked around this controversy and conspiracy. It is a shame, and I want the kingmakers to please sit back and introspect. This is us, that we talk about the nation and talk about the political process, and we berate the political process just to get a revered position like the Awujale, and we're resorting to bribes and corruption. Apart from this, I would also like the EFCC to step in. Allegation of bribery, allegation of corruption must be investigated independently. Please, as it has gotten to this level now, I wanted an Awujale to emerge on time. But I don't want an Awujale tainted with all of this myriad of controversy. So if the process has to wait for us to get it right, maybe we must do that. But this is a shame.
Contender speaking out. His name is Prince Kamal Abdul, Adebayo Kamal Abdul. He's an interested stakeholder in the matter. So what he says, have we subjected it to any test, whether he's a witness of truth or he's just making these allegations to defend his own personal interests. He said that 10 million refundable expression of interest was demanded. Some people donated vehicles, and he personally alerted the Ogun State government. Now, these are allegations, as far as I'm concerned. The fact that he appeared on Arise News doesn't matter. He has to prove those allegations. You have to put evidence on the table that indeed money exchanged hands and that vehicles were given, because what is calling to question is the integrity of Otumba Lateef Oyemi, who is the leader of the Fushengbuwa ruling house, and also persons like Professor Chief Fasi Yusuf. So I'm not going to make any comment based on his own allegations, because he's an interested party. The parties that have now been called out will have to defend themselves. We would like Otumba Lateef Oyemi to speak up, Professor Fasi Yusuf to speak up. If the ownership of Ijebuland is now being subjected to inducement and corruption that will require the interest of the EFCC and the, ICPC cannot inquire into that. But if there is corruption, we need to know the details. However, our interest is that Ijebu people should sort out their own home. The reason this Ijebu throne has become so problematic is that the last Awujale, Sikiru Adetona, for about 62 years, upgraded that throne. Now, where are the elders of Ijebuland? When Oba Sikiru Adetona ascended that throne, you had people like Chief Okunowo, you have people like Chief Balogun, all those people, they rally around. You had people like the Odutolas, who went and brought him from England and said, no, we want an educated man. And now, 62, 65 years later, the same Ijebu people are just creating drama.
Please.
No. I'm giving you. I'm
repeating the same Ijebu people, the same Ijebu people. I know where you are going.
No, I'm giving you empirical facts. What we want in Ijebu land is peace. Yes. Right? We want peace, we want concord, and we do not want this selection process to last for too long. Everybody now wants to be Awujale because that throne has been upgraded. The Ijebu people should just call the elders to the table. All these speculations I find objectionable.